Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this meeting of the Board of NHS England. We are meeting in London this morning in public, although, of course, it's not, in that sense, a public meeting. I would like particularly, though, to welcome the members of the public who are joining us in the meeting room this morning. I've not received any apologies, so I understand that everybody will be with us this morning. Let me then invite any members of the board who have any interest in any of the items on the agenda which they might wish to declare. This is over and above, by the way, the general declarations of interest that we've all got. Yes, John.
One thing, Michael, in addition to all of my involvement with genomics, I've accepted the position as Specialist Advisor to the House of Commons Science and Technology Committee on Genomics and Gene Editing, but with an express statement that I will not be making any contributions relating to my NHS role.
Fine, thank you, John, and thank you for that assurance.
And
David.
In relation to general practice, I have family members who are working in general practice currently at the moment as well.
Okay, thanks. Are there other declarations? Right, good. And just to remind everybody, of course, we run a rolling list of our interests which are published, and to invite you to update those, which will be, I think, tabled in front of you if anything has changed since the last time. Right, I'd like particularly to welcome to the meeting this morning Sue Hill, who will join us for our discussion of genomics, and Ros Rawton, who will join us for our discussion of the general practice forward view. As the last of those formalities, to report that there is no fire alarm test due because we just had it. So if the alarm does go off, please, our staff will show you off the premises to a safe place. So let me then turn, please, to the minutes of the last meeting. The board have received a copy of the minutes. Could I first of all ask you to approve them, and then secondly to invite any comments from the minutes of matters arising? No, I don't see any, and none have been reported to me. So may we then move on to the third item on the agenda, which is the Chairman's report. Just a few things which I thought were worthy of note since our last meeting. First, to report that we have had a formal accountability meeting with the Department of Health, which is, as you know, part of our constitutional relationship with the Department of Health. A part of that meeting was taken up with discussion around the wording of the mandate. Negotiations on the mandate continued, and a formal final version of that was published last week. That will set the parameters of our work for the coming year and the government's expectation of what we do, and we will, of course, report to them both formally through formal accountability meetings, but also informally as the year proceeds. Secondly, and allied to that, has been the process for the production of the delivery plan. Simon may well say more about that in the course of his opening comments, and also we have an agenda item that relates to it. But simply to record on behalf of the board the very significant amount of work that has gone on by our team in preparing for a very significant statement on behalf of the NHS as to the role of the NHS and its performance over the coming 2 years. It's involved quite an amount of negotiation and discussion with our arm's length body partners, with the Treasury, with Number 10, and with other stakeholders. And we look forward to publication tomorrow of a statement that will, again, guide our work over the coming 2 years. On a personal level, simply to report that I have made visits to some vanguards, including with Wendy Baker to the Welwyn Garden City, North East Hertfordshire vanguard for care homes, to Manchester to look at the work of Devobank and the work of the Genomics Service in Manchester, the Northern Health Sciences Alliance, the Academic Health Science Network, and the other organisations in Manchester that are picking up the baton of devolution and understanding new ways of working together across the whole of the conurbation. Further meetings with arm's length bodies, including NHS Improvement. I've been involved on behalf of this organisation with what we're currently calling NUCO, which is the transition body that picks up from NHS Property Services and CHP into a new organisation under the recommendations of the forthcoming Naylor report on property within the NHS, and particularly providing a new strategic estates capability. And then with Genomics England, and we'll come back to them again this morning, and with the Life Sciences Industrial Strategy. I would like to pay particular tribute this morning to Ed Smith, who has announced just recently his intention to stand down from the chairmanship of NHS Improvement. This, I think, is a disadvantage to us because we know him so well. Ed was, of course, the vice chairman here before he went over to NHS Improvement, and with the chief executive has built up a wholly new structure from somewhat unpromising beginnings, and to whom we owe a great debt for I think a strong sense of partnership which has to exist across the main national bodies for the NHS. He will continue through to the summer whilst the search gets underway for his successor, and we will play, I hope, a helpful role in identifying the successor and ensuring that NHSI continues to be well led. I wish on behalf of the board to offer our congratulations to Simon Enright, our Director of Comms, who has been named by PR Week as one of the top 10 PR people in the public sector. He got as high as number 2 on the list. I think we all feel that that's probably not anywhere near high enough, but Simon, to you go our congratulations, and thanks for all that you do for us on what's a critical part of our business. Then finally, simply to remind the board that later this morning we are going to be present at the award to our leading staff, the Everyone Counts Awards, in which we recognise and acknowledge our staff who have gone the extra mile for NHS England, and this is an immensely important opportunity for us to express our thanks for those who do so much to make our work successful. So much for the Chairman's report. I'm very happy to take any questions or comments on that, but if not,